Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. Well, after the Jersey City shooting, the NYPD is unveiling their unit to combat racial and ethnic extremism. That quickly, huh? So this incident just happened and they're just now coming out with this. Wow. It sounds like they have been planning this for a very, very, very long time. This isn't something that just came about. The way this is worded, they make it seem as though, as a result of the Jersey City incident, that the NYPD is unveiling their unit to combat racial and ethnic extremism. And so my question is, where was this unit when all of these horrendous crimes were committed against so-called black people? Where are these units all over the country? We've been seeing this stuff for what, 400 years now? When is that unit going to be unveiled? Now, again, the jury is still out on that incident because, like I've said many times before, when you are dealing with reprobates, people who have no connection to the truth, they don't care about truth and honesty. They are literally scoundrels in nature. They can frame a story, twist it and turn it whichever way they want. And so I'm not surprised at all. Not surprised at all that they are trying to say, oh, look at this incident that happened. We've got to do something about it. No, this has been in the works for a very long time while ignoring other racial incidents, because look at the racial extremism with Dylan Roof and all these other people going into black churches doing things, shooting people just because they're black and you can't stand black people. But no such policies have been put in place for those incidents. As a matter of fact, those perpetrators, instead of getting bullets, they get burgers. I would like for someone who is in charge of this country to tell me, why do so-called black people get bullets while the Dylan Roofs of the world get burgers? And if I'm not mistaken, he got a fries and shake to go along with it. I don't even understand how people can look at themselves in the mirror with this type of hypocrisy running through your veins. Now, I have to bring it on home because I do realize that all of this stuff is already in the foreknowledge of the Most High Yah. Before I get too much into what I've got to say, I just want to say or give what they're calling this. They're calling it the racially and ethnically motivated extremism. The acronym's REME, REAM. Oh, how brilliant, how clever. REAM, REME. Racially and ethnically motivated extremism. Oh, these people are so clever. So we're going to call this a REAM incident. They said the unit, which will directly take on the hate groups that are trying to spread in this country and pose a threat to so many communities, de Blasio said, began to be formed this summer after a series of hate crimes from the Tree of Life synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh. So it amazes me how when things happen against certain, oh my goodness, family, sometimes when I hear this kind of stuff, it makes me want to cry, not because I'm surprised at all, but when I look at the things that have happened to my people for so long in this country, and I see these hypocrites sitting up here, oh, they got to come up with policies because of something that happened in a synagogue. But when something happens at a church in Charlotte, where black people are gunned down, where black people are walking down the street, they're gunned down, where a woman sitting in her house, she's gunned down, playing video games with her nephew, another young man in his house, an officer enters in, takes his life, and then he gets hugs. I mean, she gets hugs and rubs on and pats on the back from the judge and all kinds of people just loving on her and just praising her, and the people who are, this is a bit much, family. I'm telling you right now, when I see the hypocrisy, these people don't understand that all of the stink of this wickedness has reached unto heaven. So all of this crap that has been happening to my people for a very long time. I mean, we can go back 400 years in this country for the heinous mess that have happened to my people. And you know who's been doing it for 400 years. And yet you get these incidents that we're not even sure about. And you want to implement policies and say that you want to put a stop to it. Why don't you put a stop to what's happening to my people? Oh, I already know the answer to that. Because you are a part of the group that are the perpetrators. You're just going to keep on looking the other way. And so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to call for divine intervention. That's what we have to call for. Because there is absolutely nothing we can do. Now, I know there are other people with other narratives who believe that it is. But when we understand that this judgment has been placed on us, we need divine intervention, not only for these things that are happening to us, but also for forgiveness of the sins that have brought us to this place to begin with. Even though we know it's because of our sins and our rejection of our Father's truth that many of these things are happening, it still doesn't take away the pain of what these hypocrite reprobates are doing to our people. So this is why I will continue to plead with the house of Judah to repent, for the kingdom of Yah is at hand. Shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.